Hey everybody, what's up? How you doing? This is my personal channel where I just speak from my phone, because my other channel is my music videos, uh, advertisement videos that I've done for other people, a bunch of other projects, short films. You'll see the most lowest quality from when I started really early in my early projects. They're like the oldest videos, and the newest videos is with my new camera. Um, Need a new lens though. Yeah, I'm due for a new lens. But anyways, so here we go. My channel with my phone. The topic today is the Ouija board. I don't get down like that. I'm just gonna say it like that. Um, there are always going to be people who you're gonna meet, and they treat it just like a game. But that is the point. The creator of this board wants you to be skeptical about certain facts. They want you only to believe and be like drawn to the fact that you can possibly make contact with the other side and make contact with a specific spirit, a specific person. The ignorance is that, and I say ignorant because it's not knowing, it's the absence of knowing the facts. But I understand how the word ignorant can be offensive, so I'll find a different word. People who just don't know the facts about the board, I'm just going to say it just like that, and they choose to dismiss it because they're holding on to something so that they don't have to be afraid of the object. You know how they say that if you fear something gives it power. Well, this is true. But at the same time, you want to have respect for the item that you are using. And you want to realize that without that, it's just like, you know how you respect a tiger because it could bite your hand off at any minute? Okay, same thing. The Ouija board is like, it's definitely not a tiger. It's worse. Because you just like a tiger, you cannot really control it. You cannot really control the tiger. You can't control any of those, dangerous animals like the lion, bears. Okay, you can train them to an extent. That's it. With the Ouija board, you can only know so much about what it contains, and that's only basically bumper sticker knowledge. You know what people have taught you, saying, "Oh, it's just a game. It's not dangerous. It's just what's the difference between the Ouija board and the cards, like the tarot cards." There really is a huge difference because tarot cards is not a portal. Tarot cards are not a portal. The Ouija board is a portal. When you open that portal, you're opening a door and you do not know what's coming out. Okay? You're not the almighty. I don't care how much practice you've had with spells or whatever the hell whatever on earth it is you do. Pardon me, because today's Sunday and I'm trying to keep it holy. Whatever on earth it is that you do, please do not think that you know more than the Almighty. I'm sorry. Just don't act like you do. You don't. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know more than God. I'm not going to pretend that I know more than Goddess, which for me is the Blessed Mother. And she has many names, Lady Asna. Just like, when we say Abba for God, you could say Abba for a certain... Stop that. I have cats. And they always looking out, and sometimes they just combative with each other, depending on... Because I got one girl that needed to be fixed. So, anyways, I cannot stress this enough about this Ouija board. I'm just going to tell you it's not a good idea. they're gonna come in different forms. I know that they made this new, I've been researching, and they did this new type of Ouija board where it has like butterflies on it and it looks all attractive. It's meant to look attractive to your eye so that you won't even worry about it. You won't feel afraid. But then everybody always complains, oh, something came out or something was, and then just because nothing happens for you, it's, you still opened the door. Oh, it didn't move, it didn't do anything. Guess what? You still opened the door. You don't, that right there, it's counting on you not to know anything. This Ouija board and all the spirits inside, they're counting on you to be so ignorant that to be so unknowledgeable of what its contents is, so that it could get away with a lot, leaking anything out. And the another part, and I'm sorry, I gotta say, I'm gonna say ignorant, because it really is ignorant to say, oh well, it didn't affect me. Okay, so it doesn't affect you, but how do you know it's not there's not a spirit attaching itself to you and then it's going to go and affect somebody else? Now you're just being selfish. You're just being ignorant and selfish because you're thinking about only yourself. Oh, well, nothing happened to me. But that's the thing. I'm a very sensitive person, and I have sensitive individuals in my family, you know, who don't practice anything, but they can pick up. You know, you don't have to practice anything. This is not something that you have to practice. You could be a Baptist, and then as a Baptist, you're like, well, I'm getting this weird feeling about this, like, let's say a building. You're like, I don't really want to go into this building. Something doesn't feel right. That's your psyche telling you, don't go in there. It's something wrong. You know, that's your, you can call it your Jiminy Cricket. You call it your conscious. Same thing. It's the same thing, just different names. You got to listen to that. You got to listen to that voice inside you that's telling you, don't do this, don't do that. It's not good. It's not right. Not a good idea. And then that other voice is like, oh, what's the problem? What could possibly be the harm? Don't listen to that one. Listen to the one that's looking out for you. You understand? Listen to the voice who's looking out for you. And yes, I have a space in between my teeth because I got braces and my teeth are shifting and I'm fixing. Old girl fixing her teeth. Been waiting for a long time too. So anyways, and I like to just be myself on here and just be real, and I like to level with people. And this is like, again, this is my channel. This is you getting to know me. I'm Roman Catholic. I'm a very spiritual person. When I was little, I used to refer to myself also as a witch, Catholic Christian witch. They do exist, by the way. Except the very word witch, I feel like I'm not really connected to it anymore. I felt like for a very long time I was sort of graduated from it, like I just grew up from it. And the word ascended master, it really registers with me. Like I can connect with that. So I consider myself an ascended master. If I ever use the term witch, it's just to be cute and funny, because I really graduated from that a long time ago. But what it is for me is just simply, okay, I have my faith, I have my religion, and I also have the gift, gifts that I'm like, okay, this sensitivity that I'm not going to ignore. Now, some people are going to ignore those sensitivities. I don't. I'm glad that I have those sensitivities, and I'm sensitive to this Ouija board. Like, if somebody possesses it, it doesn't mean that the person's a bad person. Let me clarify that. Just because a person owns a Ouija board, it doesn't mean you're evil, okay? It just means that I gotta watch, because I don't know what you're leaking out. And sure enough, it will always follow me home. And this one woman, I went to her shop, and I picked out some incense and basics, and a sage stick, stuff that even the priests use. Because all of it is natural. There's nothing that's like wicked. It's all natural. It's not even, you don't have to be scared of like sage. You could buy sage from Walmart. You can even grow fresh sage, which I plan to do because it's very healthy. You could cook with it. You could, yeah. It's also something that's in my ethnic background, my Indian background, because, where we, cleansing the air of negative energy and getting rid of it, and just, you know, um, giving our residents a sense of peace. Well, long story short, sure enough, something followed me home. The lady was nice enough to admit that she owned herself a Ouija board because she doesn't think that it's bad. And I could tell that she doesn't know anything about it, because then she would know what I'm talking about. I was telling her that it's a portal. And as I'm speaking, she's literally hanging on to my every word. That just tells me that I'm like, okay, you don't know this? So the whole point is that I told her, I said, usually things follow me home. She goes, well, I'm not going to follow you home, I promise. I'm like, see, it tells me you don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't say you was going to follow me home. Spirits that you leak out that are attached to you will follow me home. Sure enough, it did. I'm asleep. My niece, she wakes up and she says, Titi, somebody was in the laundry room and the light went on by itself, and there was a tapping of a belt or chains, and it could have been just like somebody's belt, like belt buckle. And sure enough, I got my holy water, and that's not really gonna do all, it's not gonna get rid of it. But what it is that when you clean your house, yes, there's this woman who is right on the money, forget her name. You want to clean your house, like vacuum and clean it, just like you would, before you go and you sage your home and cleanse the air. And you want to definitely open up the door so that it passes through, because sometimes that sage stuff can be very strong, smells like weed, forgive me, but I'm not a weed smoker, and no offense to anybody who is, but I'm just saying I don't do that. I don't need to. But you just, like what I'm saying, it's very strong. It has a very strong smell like weed. So just open up your doors on both ends of your house, the windows, and so that it can pass through every corner of your home, your place of residence. Whether it's an apartment, and you want to be careful if it's an apartment, because somebody might think you're smoking, or if you have a smoke alarm, it'll go off. So like I said, just you have to use your own common sense, but please listen to your common sense. Listen to that voice that says, if you feel iffy about something, don't just do something because, I want to buy everything from the store. Not everything needs to be bought. You need to at least be picky and choosy of what you allow in your home. I have the crucifix, and it's very funny how, people don't understand that there's a fairy star, there's all kinds of stars. We'll get into that in another video. There's the fairy star, there's the pentacle. The pentacle is almost like the Star of David. Okay? A lot of these things mean the same thing, just in different languages. That's all it is. Okay? We're meant to find what we can connect with spiritually, and ethnically, I connect with this. It's like, let's say you're not Egyptian. I have Egyptian background. Let's say you're not Egyptian, but for some reason you connect with all this Egyptian, like all these Egyptian artifacts. That means that you're connected with something that you were in a past life. So right there, I just expressed that I do believe in past lives, because I do. Why? Because I remember my past life.